The Animation Exchange is returning to Twitch for the third year to offer a day of free talks on different animation technology and techniques. It's a good resource for developers looking to brush up on their animation know-how or just looking to hear a day's worth of talks from indie and AAA devs alike. The event itself kicks off on March 19th at 12 PST and should run for a little over 9 hours. Over 20 developers have signed on to give a handful of talks on everything from mocap best practices and looks at the animation of specific games to lead calls with animators from a handful of different studios. Developers from studios like Epic, Naughty Dog, Ubisoft, EA, Rockstar, Guerrilla Games, and more are participating in this year's event. A list of the talks and panels scheduled for the stream can be found on the Animation Exchange website. For those who cannot catch the event live, organizers also note that this year's talks will be posted to the event's website after things wrap up, right alongside 2018 and 2017 X programming. The 3DS is entering the 8th year of its lifespan, and seems to be leaving the shadow of Nintendo's partially portable Switch more often than not. Despite this, Nintendo still insists there is demand for its family of 3D handhelds, even though unit sales have fallen in the system's twilight years. Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa responded to a question on the company's plans for both systems in a recent investor Q&A, saying that, in short, the 3DS still has appeal with younger and often first-time players. That is why our basic policy is to proceed with both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS in our dedicated video game platform business, said Furukawa. During its most recent financial report, Nintendo dropped its full-year 3DS hardware forecast from 4 million units to 6 million units with 3 months to go in the 2018-19 fiscal year. Year-over-year, Nintendo 3DS hardware sales fell 65% to 3 million units. Software sales saw a similar decrease, falling 65% year-over-year to 11.08 million. Furukawa acknowledges that the 3DS market has contracted faster than we anticipated, but says that the 3DS have still appealed to its small size and low price point, which currently falls between $80 and $200, depending on the model being purchased. He says this makes the 3DS a common choice for parents looking to purchase a video game system for their young children, a market Nintendo has mentioned many times before when questions about the viability of the 3DS in the age of the Switch have crept up. That same question also briefly asks about a no Switch model that is rumored to release this year at a lower price point, though Furukawa does not directly comment on that. Instead, he says the company's future plans for the Switch revolve around increasing demand for the system until the point that players decide that one system per household is not enough. This comes after Nintendo slightly lowered its full-year Switch sales expectations from 20 million units to 17 million. While the system has been selling well, Nintendo leadership believes that a failure to properly convey the appeal of the Switch led to that lowered forecast. The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: San Jose, California. Code Iron is seeking an EXP Array NCDP Road UCLTO join our world-class team on our next AAA title for consoles and PC. Can you not help but care if the team is on target, working on the most important tasks to hit their overall goal? Do you arrange schedules to solve for interdependencies like a wizard, and attack work roadblocks like a berserker? Is it a point of personal pride that you know the current status and roadmap of the project, like it was tattooed on you? Here's the most important one. Do you do it all for the game? Because you know that your talents are needed to make sure that even the best development teams get an awesome experience out the door. Awesome! Come join our creative, collaborative studio, where you will own the product management responsibilities for a tight, integrated team of game developers. Your day-to-day, you can expect to be responsible and accountable for the following: your career progression. Do the best work of your career? No, really. That's what we expect of you. Come aboard and work with industry veterans, all working to improve their craft and become better game developers. Your portfolio of experience will grow, and the size of the audience you reach will expand exponentially. The small team atmosphere allows you to contribute more and have greater ownership over what you do day to day. Requirements: would love to see education, benefits. Aside from the intrinsic value of exciting a huge audience with your creative work, you can expect perks. About our location: Code Iron is a team of passionate game developers located in San Jose, California. We are a diverse group of veterans with decades of experience developing and launching award-winning mode and action titles on PC and console. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Spatulo's developer Improbable has confirmed that it will once again be able to fully support Unity in all its future development endeavors. Finally, putting fears to rest for any developers that may have been worried about the future of their Spatulo's projects running on Unity's engine. It's the conclusion of a week-long public back and forth between the two companies, one that both began and ended with changes to Unity's terms of service. In a blog post, Improbable confirms that Unity is now freshly reworked tools, and the company's decision to reinstate Improbable's Unity licenses means that it can continue to support its Spatulo's gig for Unity for the long term. In a statement sent to Gamasutra, Improbable also says that the company is glad Unity Technologies has done the right thing by making Unity an open platform, though it still believes a formal partnership would be in developers' best interests. As stated in Unity's blog post yesterday, the tools update means Spatulo's is no longer in breach of Unity's terms, but is still not a supported third-party service. We would like to move forward positively, and would also like to note that what we think is an incredibly positive thing came out of the events of the last week. Continues the statement. The three largest third-party engine makers in the games industry have now confirmed that developers should be able to host engines wherever they want in the cloud. This is a key step, technologically, towards making the next generation of virtual worlds possible. Video Game Deepcase's weekly newsletter from video game industry watcher Simon Carlos, DD, Gamasutra Code Runner, rounding up the best long-read standout articles videos about games. every weekend. This week's highlights include a piece on Chinese romance games for women, a look at a multitude of new titles from Crackdown 3 through Metro Exodus Anthem, and the weird history that led to the Wu-Tang fighting game, among many others. A busy week in games, then the delayed from holiday 2018, Rush, Octopus Red Dead Redemption 2 Hangover, seems to be finally hitting, and that's without Nintendo dropping surprise Tetris, Battle Royale, games on us. But then there's the active layoffs, lurking in the background, like dark cloud. Sigh, what a week. Until next time. Simon, Curator. The Impossible Architecture of Video Games, Yuan Will's Eurogamer article. Piranesi is most famous for his imaginary prisons, unleashed from history.